Good morning, students. Today we're going to practice common factors and finding the greatest common factors, which is also known as GCF, stands for greatest common factor. So finding the greatest common factor of two whole numbers, we're going to use a step-by-step process and a chart that will help us organize our numbers and our information, and that will help us better understand finding the greatest common factor. A greatest common factor of two numbers is the largest number that divides those two numbers, or it's also the largest number of the common factors. So we're going to do an example, but first I need everybody to take out their math journals because you will be taking notes of these steps. And these are the steps right here. So if we take a look at step 1, it says list all the factors of each number. So let's go ahead and use 12 and 30. So I'm going to write down 12 and 30. So the factors for 12, can anybody tell me the factors of 12? 1 and 12, very good. So 1 would be a factor of 12, and I'm going to put 12 at the bottom because we need to leave space for other factors. So what are some other factors of 12? 2 and 6. Okay, so when you multiply 2 and 6, you have 12. And does anybody know any other factors of 12? 3 and 4, very good. 3 and 4. When you multiply 3 times 4, you get 12. So the list for the 12 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. So let's take a look at 30. We need the factors of 30. Does anybody know any factors of 30?
10 times 3.
10 times 3. So we have the 3, and we're going to put the 10 at the bottom. So we also have 1 and 30, right? When you multiply 1 times 30, gives you 30. What are some other multiples of 30?
5.
5 and what else? So we have 2, 5, very good, and we also have 6, 10, and we have 15. Let's put the 15 at the bottom and the 10 at the top. So let's review. The 30, it has 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and 30. So now that you have the factors of 12 and 30, we're going to move on to step 2. And step 2 says circle the common factors. So let's go ahead and circle the common factors. So you're going to use a different color pencil to circle the common factors that are listed here. So we have 1 and 1. Those two are common because there's 1 on each side. And we have 2 and 2, 3 and 3. And should we keep going? Is there any other common factors here? I see a 6 and a 6. Okay, it looks like we have that covered. Let's move on to step 3. Step 3 says, can anybody read step 3? Go ahead and read step 3. Very good. Choose the greatest number of both lists. So now we're going to choose a number that from the list, but we need the greatest common factor, not just any number. So if we have the 1, the 2, the 3, and the 6, which one will be the greatest? The 6. Very good. So 6 is the GCF, the greatest common factor. So let's go ahead and review another example using a different numbers. This time I'm going to stick with 12 just because we're familiar with it, and I'm going to try 9. So let's go ahead and find common factors let's go ahead and find factors of 9 to begin. So let's go back to step 1, which is list all the factors of each number. So the factors of 9. Who knows any factors of 9?
3 and 3.
3 and 3. But are we going to use 2 3s, or are we just going to stick to 1 3? We're going to do 1 3, but we're also going to do 1, because 1 times 9 is 9, so it's 9. And somebody mentioned a 3. Very good. So factors of 12. You should be familiar with factors of 12 because we just reviewed it. So let's write down the factors of 12. 1, 2, 3. What else? 4, 6, very good, and 12. So now we're going to do step 2. Circle the common factors. So let's circle the common factors. 1 and 1. 3 and 3, very good, but you need to speak louder. Which one is the greatest common factor? That is step 3. Let's choose the greatest common number that is on both lists. Which is it? Do you know?
3.
3, very good. So 3 is your G, C, F. Very good. So let's go ahead and review a chart. And this chart over here will help us organize our information. So we're still going to follow the step-by-step process, but we still need to recognize the chart right here. So here I'm going to list some numbers, and then we're going to look for the factors, and then the common factors, and then that's how we'll come up with our greatest common factor. So let's go ahead and try 6 and 18. So we have 6 and we have 18. What are the factors of 6? We have 1, 2, 3, and we have 6. And let's look for the factors of 18. We have 1, 2, 3. The common factors of 18? 3, and we have 6, and we have 9, and we have 18. So out of the factors of 6 and out of the factors of 18, we're going to look for the common factors of both 6 and 18. So the common factors are 1, 2, very good, 3, and 6. Is there any more? I don't see any more. So now we're going to look at the greatest common factor, the GCF. Is it 1? Is 2 the greatest common factor? What about 3? So then it's 6. 6 is the greatest common factor. So let's go ahead and do another example, and I'm gonna try 8 and 20. So let's look for the factors of 8. The factors of 8 are 1 and 8, and 2 and 4. And the factors of 20 are 1 and 20, because 1 times 20 is 20. And what else? 10 and 5. And what other factors are there? 2, 4. Is that it, or do we have more? Okay, it looks like we're done with the 20. So if we take a look at the factors of 8 and the factors of 20, now we need to identify the common factors. So we have 1, 2, 4. Is there any other common factors? More? So here the greatest common factor would be 4. Okay, so we're going to continue with one more practice. That way you're ready to do this activity on your own. So let's try maybe a more challenging number, 24 and 36. So let's look for the factors of 24. So you're going to start with 1 and 24. So 1, and we have 2, 3, we have 4, 6, and we have 8, and 12, and then we have 24. So let's look for the factors of 36. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18, and 36. It seems a little challenging, but if you really think and you go back to your multiplication, you'll find out that the factors are all there. Now we need to look for the common factors. all the common factors for 24 and 36, but the ones that are common, which is 1, 2, 3, 4,
6,
and 6. Is there any more?
12.
And 12. Very good. So what is the greatest common factor of the common factors of 24 and 36?
12.
12. Very good. So the greatest common factor for 6 and 18 is 6. The greatest common factor for 18 and 20 is 4. And the greatest common factor for 24 and 36 is 12. Very good. So now I suppose you are ready to do the activity. So you're going to fill out this table, which is exactly like the one we practiced, and you're going to use these numbers to fill in the table. Remember that this helps you to be organized and have all your numbers organized. Have fun!